Oh yes, you are welcome back to African Colonization TV and Biafran History. In today's video, it is a very interesting video. Let's dive into the topic. It says, U.S. Senator declares support for Nnamdi Kanu. Biafran freedom movement gain global attention. So in this video, you are going to see and you're going to hear everything by yourself. Don't skip any part of it, because the way everything is happening and the way everything is going right now, it is now showing to the world that what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for and what the Igbo is fighting for, it is their right, and it is the right time for them to fight for it. And for the issue of Biafra, everybody knows that it is their right to fight for their freedom, and it is their right for self-determination. In fact, in this video, this senator, he explained a lot of things concerning the issue of the Biafran and what is going on in Nigeria, and the main reason why they need to divide the country for the Igbo to be on their own. Because no matter whatever you do, trying to press people, trying to subjugate people for them to accept this one Nigeria of a thing, that it cannot work and it cannot happen. And it has been a long time the Igbo has been agitating, clamoring for their independence. But after everything, the Nigerian government and some of the Igbo senators and the governors, they will tell you that everywhere is that Nigeria is the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct, that Nigerian unity is non-negotiable, that Nigeria is so much indivisible, all those kind of things they used to say. But everybody knows the truth, and everybody knows why the Igbo has been agitating for freedom. In fact, don't skip any part of it, because this video contains a lot of information that you need to hear and need to understand things going on in Nigeria. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see what is happening in Biafra land.
Biafrans, are you guys ready for what is about to happen on the 30th day of May 2026? Just in a few weeks to come. Are you guys ready? Because according to Nnamdi Kanu, he has said that on the 30th day of May 2026, there is going to be what is called Sokoto Declaration. And this Sokoto Declaration, he said, is going to be a new roadmap for Biafrans to follow. Yes, you heard me right. And according to him too, he said that this roadmap was drafted out by him and this American mayor, Mike Arnold. In fact, they have given this man another name. We are going to read it now so that you see the name that Nnamdi Kanu gave him. Are you guys ready? Now, if you remember that yesterday, being the 6th day of May 2026, IPOB has released a press statement saying that on the 30th day of May, which is Biafran Remembrance Day, that is going to be a total lockdown in the whole of Southeast. Yes, if you have been following me, I posted that video yesterday. So they said, IPOB said that it's going to be a total lockdown. Families should go inside and reflect, pray, and also, pray for those that are still struggling for the state of Biafra. Oh yes. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has come out with this new roadmap that will be released on the same 30th day of May 2026. Now, don't forget that on the 30th day of May, every year, Biafrans all over the world celebrate Remembrance Day. It is a day they remember their fallen heroes, those that were unalived in 1967 war to 1970, and of course those that has also been unalived from that day till today. So please, I want to beg you to stay with me, because this news is very important. I'm going to read it out now so that you understand, and also understand the name they have given to Mike Arnold. Now, if this is your first time coming across my video on my channel, please, I beg you, do well to subscribe, because here I get information of everything that is happening. And not just that I get you information, I tell you with evidences displayed on the screen. Right? Now, let's get down to the news. Now, according to this news, it says, Nnamdi Kanu, U.S. lawyer to unveil Sokoto Declaration on Self-Determination, May 30th. So, it will actually be unveiled by Mike Arnold. All right, and as you can see, this news was published yesterday, being the 7th day of May 2026. Today is the 8th day of May. So let's look at this news and know this new format, new roadmap, according to Nnamdi Kanu. Stay with me. Now, it went further to say, the convicted leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, is set to release a new roadmap for self-determination titled the Sokoto Declaration. The document, described as a statement of common cause, was co-drafted by Kanu and an American attorney, Mike Arnold. It's all right. So he's saying that this, new roadmap was, co-drafted by Nnamdi Kanu and Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold, that is his new name now. Now, it went further to say, stay with me. According to the statement issued on Thursday by Kanu's special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, the declaration is a call to individuals who value human rights and the principle of self-determination. Okay? The declaration is scheduled for a formal global release on May 30th, 2026 via Biafra Radio and other digital platforms. So that day, according to them, it will be, it will be released on May 30th via Biafra Radio and other digital platforms. So we'll be here live and direct to get you those updates, right? The update coincides with the annual Biafran Day, typically observed by supporters of the movement. Of course, it corresponds with, May 30th, which is Biafran Remembrance Day. Okay? I have been authorized by him, Kanu, to announce that he has been working with Mike Arnold, and together they have drafted the Sokoto Declaration, a statement of common cause, a call to all who value human rights and self-determination, and a light for the path ahead, Ejimako stated. So Ejimako made this statement saying that Nnamdi Kanu gave him the authority. He has been authorized by Kanu to make this announcement. So it is coming from Nnamdi Kanu directly. Okay? It went further to say, promotional materials for the declaration, which was shared on X, formerly Twitter handle of Ejimako, feature a STEM message on the accusation of political influence. No one is coming to save us. Power is never given. It is built. It is taken. Power is never given. It is built and it is taken. Are you hearing that? Okay. The choice of Sokoto in the title has generated significant interest among political observers as the IPOB leader remains in the Nigerian Correctional Service Custodial Center in Sokoto. Okay? Justice James Omotosho of the then judge of the Federal High Court in Abuja had in November 2025 convicted Kanu on terrorism-related charges and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Okay? The court held that Kanu's own broadcast, videos, and public statements as tendered by the prosecution clearly shown that he identified himself as the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, and the Eastern Security Network, ESN, both of which were controversially designated as terrorist organizations by the federal government in 2017. So they are giving analysis of why Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced. That Nnamdi Kanu said that he's the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra and he's the leader of ESN, of which IPOB and ESN has been designated as terrorist organization by the Nigerian government. Stay with me, because there is something that we need to hear too. Justice Omotosho took judicial notice of the Federal High Court order of September 20th, 2017, issued in suit number FHC/ABJ/871/2017, which proscribed IPOB and its activities, as well as the corresponding publication in the Federal Republic of Nigeria Official Gazette, number 99, volume 104. So, they said that the federal government had designated IPOB, and it has also been published in newspapers. If you go to the newspaper social number, you're going to see it. All right. The Gazette warned that any person claiming membership of IPOB from that date commits a terrorist act. Please be very careful with this and hear this very well. The Gazette warned that any person claiming membership of IPOB from that day commits a terrorist act. So if you come out now to say you are an IPOB member, according to them, that you are part of the terrorists. The import of the Gazette is that from September 20th, 2017, any person claiming to be a member of IPOB commits a terrorist offense, the judge said. It's all right. The defendant, by his broadcast of May 11, 2021 and 12th December 2020, professed to be the leader of the IPOB and ESN. There is no evidence before this court showing otherwise. Okay, the prosecution presented multiple video broadcasts in which Kanu declared the formation of the ESN, described its operation, and issued instruction to its members. Okay, in one broadcast, he stated that the group was set up to defend our land, while other clip showed ESN operatives in uniform waving the organization's flag. It's all right. On a final note, it says, listen to this. However, Justice Omotosho's conviction came despite a subsequent 2023 judgment of the Enugu State High Court, which nullified the prosecution of IPOB as a terrorist organization. Are you understanding what is happening? The federal government of Nigeria, tagged IPOB as a terrorist organization in 2017. Meanwhile, in 2023, Enugu State High Court nullified that prosecution of IPOB as a terrorist organization. Yet, till today, if you come out to say IPOB, they will say you are part of them, that you are a terrorist. Okay? Kanu has since filed an appeal against the judgment that convicted him while he remained in Sokoto Correctional Center. The upcoming declaration is expected to provide fresh insight into the detained leader's current philosophy regarding the struggle for an independent state of Biafra and human rights advocacy within the Nigerian context. So, this is what is happening. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Mike Arnold has been working together, and this time they said they are coming out with a new roadmap, and this new roadmap is going to be banger. Of course, it's going to be released on the 30th day of May, which is Biafran Day. So I want you all to do well, to stay together, right? I'm going to be giving us update of whatever happens and how it is happening, right? This is a good one. Now I'm going to play a video for you where this man, Mazi Mike Arnold, made a statement in America. And listen to what he said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Please, I want you to pay very close attention to this video I want to play for you now, right? Then after watching it, do well to drop your comment in the comment section what you think about this video, right? Listen to Mazi Mike Arnold now.
Nnamdi Kanu, British Nigerian broadcaster from London, illegally abducted from Kenya, tried under a defunct law, now serving life in Sokoto prison for words spoken in Great Britain. Meanwhile, a northern imam just recently offered a 1 million naira bounty for the head of a pastor, then doubled it to taunt his critics. No charges, no condemnation from officials. I've been corresponding with the guy. He helped him get to a safe house, but he and his family are in danger and they need help. The Nigerian government goes to great expense to rehabilitate the killers while millions of innocent displaced victims are denied, neglected, and dying. The narrative war. The farmer herder and climate change framing started in the Obama State Department. The original reference document was written by a career Sharia propagandist hired by George Soros. At least $10 million confirmed U.S. lobbying contracts are now running. Former Trump administration officials, Nigerian government lobbyists, northern imams, foreign agents, conflicted advisors, and now even Russian state television are among those working to shield this regime from accountability. The real narrative is this. Nigeria is in the throes of an Islamic conquest. Since 2009, they have slaughtered as many as 125,000 Christians and 60,000 Muslims. This is not simply religious freedom issue. This is national and global security. The emergency, as many as 10 to 12 million, mostly youth, are now displaced. 50 to 60% chance of radicalization by 2030 without intervention. Most are denied by the government, who call them beggars and criminals. Without intervention, this could yield 5 to 6 million more jihadists over the next 5 to 6 years. Intervention is not hard. The international community has the money and the mandate to help if the displaced are simply recognized. In 2015, the UNHCR documented multiple displacement camps in Abuja. Today, they deny those camps exist. I have run schools in those same camps since 2020. They do exist. I affirm the cycle of violence is not inborn or inevitable. A lot of Americans write it off. Oh, that's just what they do. Yes, the children who saw their parents hacked to death often come to our schools wanting to go back and get revenge. But I can tell you, with an education, they gain character, hope, and vision, and they want to go back to rebuild. What must happen? Nigeria has long been strangled by radical Islamists, predatory extraction, globalist meddling, and institutional corruption. Working with the Nigerian government to end the genocide is like working with the Third Reich to end the Holocaust. They smile and spin as they wait for Trump to leave office. Since CPC designation, killing and impunity have only gotten worse. Sanctions will not work. Visa bans will not work. They're ideologues, and they'll just pivot east. Intentional denial of recognition and aid to displaced people, intentional denial of recognition and aid in this circumstance meets the legal standard of genocide. This is provable. Indict the Tinubu administration. Arrest them. They're guilty of genocide. And it's provable. Conduct a valid census and evidentiary briefing of the displaced. They are our witnesses to genocide and they need help. Investigate the Sultan of Sokoto as a terror sponsor. Circumstantial evidence demands it. We know where the militant camps are. Wipe them out. Bring the enablers to justice. Demand the release of Nnamdi Kanu and other prisoners of conscience. Offer asylum protection to them and others threatened by this regime. Ensure a free election in 2027. It could be done for the cost of a Tomahawk missile volley. Tinubu was declared the winner with less than 9 million votes in a nation of 230 million. Free election changes everything. Let the people vote on a new constitution and self-determination. Like so many other British colonial contraptions designed to fail, separation is likely inevitable, and it is just. The time is now. Nigeria is at a crossroads. It will become either a peaceful, prosperous ally or a massive launchpad for global jihad. There is no going back to the status quo. If the world turns away after this unprecedented scrutiny, the backlash will be bloody and absolute. The window is closing. We must call this what it is and intervene now, or the current genocide will grow and draw more innocent blood, not just there, but here in the United States.
This conspiracy against Biafra, for no reason, we've done nothing wrong to anyone. But you despise us and you hate us. You want us to die because God gave us oil and gas. You want to take over our land. It's not going to happen. And we're not apologizing or begging anybody to please read this letter. They are raping our women. They raped our women. Did you do anything about it? They went to the UK High Commissioner. They were telling them, oh, we can't do anything about it. Rape victims. But you're doing something about defending Fulani. You are defending Fulani, but rape victims in front of you cannot defend them. And you're youthful. And you want Nigeria to go to. So you want me to stay in a Nigeria where my women will be raped every day. Nobody will do anything about it. And I'll be clapping for you. One Nigeria, I'll be clapping for you. See the bubble no come. Mad people everywhere. People are insane. You want me to stay in a country where the Fulani police and soldiers can come and take our women, rape them anyhow they like. Even before they release them, they tell you, do you know how much we have spent? We have spent nearly 9 million naira to secure the release of people who were abducted and raped, victims of state crime. Britain didn't say anything. The UN never uttered a word. EU nothing. US nothing. And you want me to be in that country? I think some people are mad. Very, very insane indeed. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then better get out. We're not going to stop.
God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We have abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case of what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear, that means you don't know who we are. 30 pastors arrested for doing nothing. Have you heard about any imams being arrested in the north? No. Do you want me to stay in one Nigeria with you after this level of injustice? Is that what you think? No, it is not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow. There are two things plaguing them in the zoo: lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we have no media. That is why they are paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Go on is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back. Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzobuku, so-called Nzobuku, saying they would bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael Opara. What I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you have the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa are doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control this war, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzobo. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way for restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy? I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Middle Belt on their, Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree. After having signed the agreement, that same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept him alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo.
Oh, yes. This is a very powerful speech coming from Mazi Michael Arnold that is speaking concerning what will happen on the 30th May 2026. In fact, it's a very, very shocking thing that the way everything is going today, the world is now understanding that the Nigerian everybody is listening to is not what they paint it. It is not what it is. Every day buying of people, every day destroying of life and property, and every day the Fulani bound Janjaweed, the Fulanis, the Fulani terrorists, they are taking over people's land, raping women and chasing away their people from their hometown, from their farmland, from everywhere. And once they catch the people that is committing all those crimes, the next thing the government will do, they will raise them and claim that they are repentant Boko Haram, and everything will be silent. In fact, if you listen to what Mazan Kanu said, starting from the first day to this day, present day, that they sentenced Maznam Kanu, it has been happening that anytime they present the issue of Biafra and Nigeria to UN, to the world, they will do as if they don't know what is happening. They will be silent about it, and they'll look as if nothing is going on in Nigeria. But at the end, they'll be telling to you, they will be preaching of peace. How can you preach peace when you see people is buying? How can you preach peace when you see that they are not doing the right thing? What caused the war, and the reason why agitation of Biafra keep going and keep going higher every day? And why did Ojuku declare Biafra? Because at times some people did not really understand why the people, why the Igbos, why the Biafran is agitating for their freedom. It's because of that seeing that Nigeria is not a place for them, and Nigerian did not take them as their own. So instead of you to be subjugated in a place where that is not working, it's better for you to look a place where you can do your business and where that is working. Because since the day that Lord Lugard created Nigeria to the present days, it is not moving at all. Other countries that have independence with Nigeria has already gone far beyond this, and Nigerians have all it takes for them to grow. But because of the wickedness, because of the evil, and because of what they believe that they are, a country that keep on marginalizing their people, and that keep on threatening their own citizen, mostly the part of the country that is giving them whatever they need. Every day will keep threatening these parts. Then how can that country grow, and how can that country move forward beyond this? In fact, a lot is happening. So we are waiting on the day on that 30th of May. Let's see what will happen. And also the Reta Mazam Kano summit to the world entirely, and the speech that came from Michael Arnold. Everybody listened to it very well, and everybody have seen what that is going on in the land. And I believe that the country Nigeria, it is not, there is no need of fighting. There is no need of bringing people down, mind of people in the name of you want Nigeria to remain one, or you want people to remain one. The best way is for you to conduct a referendum for them. Conduct a referendum and allow people to choose where they want to belong to and what they stand for. Then those who belong for you will remain for you, and those who don't want to belong for you will go on their own separate path, instead of fighting and destroying your own citizens' life every day in the name you want Nigeria to remain as one forever. Since the day Nigeria has been remaining as one to date, we have not seen anything progress, and we have not seen anything success. So each zone in this country is bleeding. Each zone, north, south, west, east, and central, everywhere in this country is bleeding very heavily, and just only one part, only one ethnic group take over everything and run everything, while the other parts they are there just be looking, complaining, look and complain without doing anything, without the government listening to the cry of the poor man. In fact, I would like your comment and what you think about the whole thing going on in Nigeria. Like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see what is happening in Biafran. We say thank you for watching.